Change your diet, change your life, change the planet.
What's up? I'm back in the East Coast after a crazy week of races and travel. I am toast and I'm so glad it's behind me. On Wednesday, I had the Empire State Building. Beast! And then, the crazy man that I am, I flew to St. Louis the next day and competed in the U.S. Cross Country Running Championships. And now my legs feel like they've been beaten with lead pipes and I'm having a hard time running today. I'm all knotted and swollen and sore and yeah, I could use a good massage or a week of massage. Anyways, as I'm out here running today, I'm doing a 10-miler in my Dion snowshoes. Yeah! I can go a lot faster in my snowshoes than in my big heavy boots, and my legs just didn't feel like running in the big boots today. So I'm out here plogging around in Woodford in some of the only snow in the eastern United States. What a gift it is to have it so close. But I'm thinking about expectations as I run. I said in my last video that I was going into the Empire State Building with no expectations. It's not entirely true. I did have some expectations. They were about this big though, okay? About the size of a mosquito. Annoying, but not devastating. So when they start showing up, I can always just swat them and move on. My goal for the Empire State Building was to improve upon my time from last year. The place doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to improve upon my time. Didn't happen. Had my second best time, but didn't improve. And there's a myriad of reasons for that. I am going to now move on. U.S. Cross Country Running Championships, best shape of my life. I thought maybe I could, be top 3. Well, my legs were still sluggish from the Empire State Building. It didn't happen. I ended up in 12th. Okay, I gotta move on. You can't change the past. You can only change your perspective of the past, how you view the past. And the way that I'm gonna look at the past is this training has been an enormous foundation for the next thing for me. And what I have discovered is that nature abhors a vacuum. And if you don't quickly create the next chapter, the next big thing, you will get sucked into dwelling and obsessing on the expectations of your previous event. So for me, the next chapter of Tim Van Orden and Running Raw is the World Masters Mountain Running Championships on May 18th in Bühlertal, Germany. Last year I was 10th at the World Championships, and this year I'm in much better shape and I'm gonna bust my butt. I'm gonna get into action, I'm gonna get dressed, get out the door, get training, and focus on those little tiny steps until May 18th arrives, and watch out. I'm gonna be dangerous. But I've got to be really careful of my expectations with this as well. The problem with expectations is this. We really only have control of 2 things in life. We have control of the actions that we take, and therefore our preparation for an event. And we also have control over how we react to the circumstances that present themselves during that event. So I did the training, I took responsibility for that, check in the bank, and then when the event showed up, I've got to take responsibility for how I behave and how I respond. Check, did that as well. And then you get the result that you get. It may not meet your expectations, but it doesn't matter. As long as you're responsible in the moment and prior to, during the preparation, you do the best that you can do, and that's all you can do. Expectations are about having this delusion that has nothing to do with reality. Like people say, oh Tim, you're gonna win, you're gonna win. No, that's not reality. The reality is that I'm running against the best people in the world at the Empire State Building. These are phenomenal athletes. There are so many world champions of different sports that competed in that event, and for me to think that I could win it is preposterous. I'm 43. Even getting 10th is incredible. I'm so happy that I got 10th. Getting 4th last year, it doesn't even make sense to me. And what happens with expectations is there's always a seed. There's always an initiating thought. You have this dream of glory because you want people to love you, or you want people to respect you, or you think it's going to change your life somehow. So you get this little nugget, this little seed, and then you take it deep inside of yourself, into your private, dark recesses. and you water it, and you weed around it, and you shine artificial light on it, and it grows. And it grows larger and larger, and before you know it, you've got this grand delusion of yourself and of your expectations. And then when you finally bring it out into the world, into the real light, it doesn't look like the other living things around. It looks different. It looks strange. It doesn't fit in the environment because it didn't grow in natural light. It grew in artificial light. It grew with artificial fertilizers. So it hasn't been tested against real-world circumstances. It's only, in fact, it hasn't been tested at all, not even in your private space. It's just been nurtured and nurtured and nurtured and never been tested. So you get into the event or the race or whatever it might be, and it all falls apart. And you're thinking, what's going on? This is horrible. And you first start blaming yourself, and then you start blaming other people, or you start blaming the event. You start blaming other circumstances, rather than seeing that you planted a seed and then grew it with artificial light and artificial fertilizer. You never took it out into the world and had it empirically tested to see where you are. Okay, where am I in the world? How good am I? I compete every single weekend, all year long, so I know how good I am. I have no delusions of how good I am because every weekend I get a reality check. Boom, I get first. Boom, I get fourth. Boom, I got 10th. Okay, I know where I am on the scale. But for a lot of people, they grow this delusion in this private cave with artificial light, and then they bring it out, and the light of day shines on it, and it wilts, and it falls apart, and then they blame everybody else. So it's okay to have expectations, but take those little seeds and plant them out in the real world. Have real light shine on them. Have real earth fertilize them, and real rainwater nurture them. And then they'll grow a little bit, and then test them. And then you'll draw them back in, and then let them grow a little bit more, and then test them. But you've got to put yourself into action, and you've got to put yourself in the game and test yourself. And that way your expectations can never grow more than mosquito-sized. They'll be pesky, but you'll make it through. So I'm going to focus on the next chapter. I'm going to get into action, and I'm going to see all the training that I did for the Empire State Building as a massive foundation that is going to help me achieve my greatest potential at the World Championships. And that's all I can do. And I got to roll with it. 10 miles, 1 hour and 53 minutes, and I am done. I'm toast. I'm going to go home now and have a big salad with lots of avocado on it and just relax and be grateful for the fact that I get to do this. And also be grateful to myself for putting myself into action. Because it's not a matter of the haves and the have-nots. It's the matter of the wills and the will-nots. And I'm grateful to count myself among the willing. And I hope that you can also put yourself in that category. The wills, because it's all about being willing. All right? See ya.